and welcome. You're watching Times Now. I'm Sagarika Mitra. Viewers, a worrisome trend is emerging from the state of Tamil Nadu. A worker of Edapadi Palanisami's AIADMK was hacked to death in Tamil Nadu's Kadalur near Puducherry. The man, identified as Padmanabhan, was a resident of Tirupupalli and he used to run a shop. He was travelling towards Bagur village when a group of unidentified men followed him, surrounded him and hacked him to death. His pictures are on your screens. Reports are suggesting that he was chased by the accused for a while before being murdered. A few other reports are also going on to say that the gang that killed him was rammed their four-wheeler into his two-wheeler and then attacked him and then murdered him. Investigations are still underway. Viewers, in the last 28 days itself, 4 political killings have taken place in the state. In most of these cases, the accused chased their victims and then killed them on the streets in full public glare. This bloody trend began on the 5th of July when Armstrong, the state president of the BSP, was killed by a gang on the streets of Chennai. A few days later, on the 8th of July, a PMK functionary whose name was Shiva Shankar, he was killed in Kadalur. Now, Kadalur is the same place where the latest political killing took place. NTK worker, then Balasubramaniam, was killed in Madurai. This happened on the 16th of July. And this killing happened when he was on a morning walk. And today, the murder of this AIADMK worker has again raised questions on the law and order situation in the state. On your screens are pictures of the political workers belonging to various political parties who have been hacked to death, and their murders has sparked off a political slugfest in the state. And as we speak, there's breaking news coming in, and like we told you, this is a worrisome trend because this is the 5th political killing that has taken place in 28 days, the 2nd in the last 24 hours. The latest news that we are tracking here on Times Now is that of the murder of a BJP worker whose name is Shiva Kumar. He was hacked to death last night by a gang of men, and this happened in Shivaganga in Tamil Nadu. Now, we are getting to know that the victim's name is Selvakumar, I beg your pardon. He owned a brick kiln, and yesterday when he was returning home after work, he was surrounded by a group of men who then killed him. He died on the spot. That's the latest that we are getting to know, and Dharini is joining us live. Dharini, 2 political murders in the last 24 hours. One in Kadalur and one in Sivaganga. One political worker belonging to the BJP, one to the AIADMK. What is the latest when it comes to the investigations?
Well, in the last 24 hours, we are seeing the murder of 2 political workers, one belonging to the AIADMK and one belonging to the BJP. The AIADMK murder took place in Kadalur district of Tamil Nadu. So his name is Padmanabhan, and when he was traveling on his two-wheeler, a group of 5 men who came by a car, they surrounded him and they hacked him to death with sharp weapons. So Padmanabhan, he was taken to a nearby government hospital, but unfortunately he was declared dead. And right now the Pondicherry police, they are investigating this matter because this incident happened in the Kadalur-Pondicherry border. This incident happened right in the border that is in between Kadalur and Pondicherry, and right now the Pondicherry police, they are investigating this incident. And meanwhile, there is also another murder of a BJP worker. This happened in Sivaganga district of Tamil Nadu. Again, a BJP worker named Selvakumar, he owns a brick kiln, and he was returning from work to his house yesterday night on a two-wheeler. Again, similarly, a group of men, unidentified men who surrounded Selvakumar, they attacked him with sharp weapons.
Dharini, I apologize for interjecting, but we are seeing a pattern here. In all these cases, and the 5 that we've mentioned in the month of July itself, starting from K. Armstrong's murder, there is a pattern in the way the murders are also taking place. One, the victim is first chased, the victim is tracked, He's followed by a group of men. In some cases, we also saw the chase take place in a way that there were men carrying sickles in their hands. Then the attack takes place. So in most cases, the police in most cases also ruled out the political murder angle, and they said that this is possibly a revenge attack. So the revenge attack, not a political murder, personal rivalry, these were the kind of arguments that came in the other cases. When it comes to the latest cases, have you heard anything from the police?
Not even a single word I'm hearing.
Okay. So Dharani is telling us that when it comes to the latest cases, the political murder of an AIADMK worker in Kadalur, Pondicherry border, and the killing of a BJP worker on Saturday night, which took place in Sivaganga, there is no word that has come in from the police. In the other cases where investigations have been ongoing, there was a pattern. In some cases, it was called a revenge attack. In the other, the political murder angle was completely ruled out. Thank you, Dharani, for joining us. But we are opening this up and we have guests joining us this evening. Narayan Tirupati of the Bharatiya Janata Party is joining us. Vinoba Bhupati of the PMK is joining us. Kovai Satyan of the AIADMK is joining us. We also have S. Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, political analyst, who's with us, and Dr. Nikul Patel. I'd like to go across to Mohammad Ibrahim, who's joining us today. 5 deaths, killings, hacking, whatever you'd like to call them, in the last 28 days itself, starting from the 5th of July when BSP leader K. Armstrong was hacked to death in Chennai, and today the latest. The allegation that comes your way, or that comes on, that is leveled on the Tamil Nadu government, is that law and order seems to be in a state of complete shambles in the state. How would you like to respond to that allegation, Mr. Harish?
Yeah, the murders in a state like Tamil Nadu is not new, and there is maybe a political revenge or whatever the conspiracy theories may be. That will be the investigations when it unfolds. It will bring to the person, whoever the perpetrators bring in front of the justice. And from Armstrong, the perpetrators have been nabbed within 24 hours by the entire police mechanism, and the investigation is on the way on a multidimensional aspect. And coming to this murder in Pondicherry border, which belongs to the Bahur, which is belonging to the Pondicherry limits, the murder which happens to a Kadalur ADMK functionary, the person who murdered and now been nabbed as an accused is also belonging to an ADMK functionary, local functionary, is Tanda Murali. He's also an ADMK functionary belonging to Kadalur.
Okay.
So all these murders, as of even the BJP functionary who was killed in Sivaganga, there is an infighting between the BJP party and the person who got killed by another guy who also belonging to a BJP functionary. So, so when you have entire criminals and culprits in your party, and those kind of killings happens within your party, then you can't blame the entire mechanism of the state government.
Okay, so the state government and the law and order mechanism cannot be blamed. That is what S. Harish is saying today. But let 100%. Me go across to Narayan and Tirupati. I'll come back to you. We have time on the panel. Let me come back to you. Mr. Tirupati, you've heard that charge coming in. It is infighting. BJP workers are killing BJP workers. AIADMK workers are killing AIADMK workers. Why blame the state? That's the allegation coming in.
That is absolute nonsense. Maybe he doesn't know anything about Tamil Nadu's politics he is talking. First of all, he says that it is normal in Tamil Nadu, all these murders are happening. Tamil Nadu has been called a peaceful state, and the last 3 years we have seen a lot of murders. The question here is that whichever party they belong to, whether it is a political attack or political murders or personal murders, whatever it is, what is the police doing? All these history sheeters, why they were kept loose? That's what we are asking. Now people say, when after police arrest, they say, these are all history sheeters. So far, these people are keeping quiet. In the last 1 year, why they are suddenly coming into the streets and they are doing this for murders for money? That is the question. We are asking that this government has failed totally, and this government has got no administration. The law and order is collapsed and deteriorated, and we want this government to go. If at all they have At least some decency, this government should have resigned by this time.
Mr.
Every day, while we are speaking, even in Tiruchengodu, there are 3 people attacked by bicycles.
Okay.
When we are talking. So this is what is happening in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Tamil Nadu has become the state of murders.
Tamil Nadu has become the state of murders. That's the charge coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Tirupati, let me just take this across to our other guests, because today it is the AIADMK. Kovai Satyan of the AIADMK is also joining us. Mr. Satyan, Mr. Harish, if you've heard what he said. He said when it comes to the case of your party worker who was hacked to death on the Kadalur-Puducherry border, this was an inter-party rivalry. Inter-party rivalry led to his death. Mr. Harish, I'll just come to you. Let me go across to the AIADMK spokesperson who's joining us on the panel. Mr. Satyan, that's inter-party rivalry led to the death of Padmanabhan, your party worker, at the Kadalur-Puducherry border. Why are you blaming the state government? It is your party which is filled with criminals. That's what that's what Mr. Harish is saying today.
That could be the most absurd and insensitive comment one can give on a national channel.
That's what.
2 weeks ago, Shanmugam, belonging to our party, was murdered in a broad daylight at Salem because he tipped a DMK office bearer peddling drugs to the police. Just because he passed this information, he was murdered in broad daylight. And people who come to this panel should have the facts right. In the last 24 hours, it's not 2 murders, it's 3 murders. A Congress ex-youth functionary at Kanyakumari, his name is Jackson, 38 years of age. He was murdered yesterday in the broad daylight. He lost his life battling in Thiruvananthapuram hospital today. In less than 24 hours, 3 office bearers of a political party are murdered. And for everything you hurried up, you want to cover up saying the sector party rivalry. Police are puppets in the hands of this MK Stalin truth. They are not given the free hand to act against the people who are taking law into their own hands. Because majority of these incidences of law and order emerges from either from a DMK functionary or from a DMK affiliate. And police hands are chained and tied. They are clueless. An Armstrong murder, now they are saying that there is a hand of sub-inspector who has tipped the criminals.
Strong allegations are coming in from the DMK. Mr. Harish, I'll come to you, but let me also go across to Nikul Patel. Mr. Patel, we are getting to know here on Times Now, it's not 2 political murders in 24 hours, it is 3. And 1 member that we are talking about is from your party, the Congress party. Law and order comes under the Chief Minister. No leader of the INDIA bloc till now has spoken about this trend of sorts that has started in the state of Tamil Nadu. In the last 28 days, if 5 workers affiliated with different political parties are hacked to death on the streets of different towns and cities of the state of Tamil Nadu, it is worrisome. Will you not question your alliance partner on the law and order situation in the state, Mr. Patel?
Definitely, whatever the event or chronology or murder that are happening in the Tamil Nadu are quite important. The act of you can see how MK Stalin beat the family as well. People have arrested till now. We are into the process and conversation with the government, and whatever murders are happening in the hospital. Definitely, it's reasonable, and whatever it is, controversies between the party or ex is not tolerable and should not happen. Those who are culprits, but we are in process the discussion.
No, but I don't think, has there a communication that has gone from the Congress party to the DMK, asking them what's happening in the state, one after the other? This is political murders, because had this happened in the BJP-ruled state, the entire opposition would have come out and, would have targeted the government, and rightly so, because law and order is a subject which affects citizens of every state. But why is this selectivity and silence when it happens in non-BJP-ruled states?
There is selectivity. We are in discussion. Government and government actually on papers as Mr. Stalin is making people of the effect, and definitely people are being arrested, and that is what the act is. If anything is happening more than what it is in the last 24 hours, is again a serious issue, and definitely from the Congress we have a discussion with the official government.
Okay, but I don't think top leaders of the Congress have yet condemned what has been happening in the state of Tamil Nadu. Let me go across to Vinoba Bhupati, who's the PMK spokesperson of the panel. One of your workers has also been a victim in the last few days. The DMK or supporters of the DMK say that the police is acting. Within 24 hours, arrests are taking place. And in most cases, the police is finding out that this is possibly a case of inter-party rivalry. What do you have to say to this defense that's coming in, Mr. Bhupati?
So we need to condemn these kind of activities. In Tamil Nadu, the police department is capable and they are responsible, but unfortunately, the state government, the DMK party, is not allowing the police department to act freely and independently, right from the Thana level to DGP level. So imagine from January to till this date, around 500 people have been committed murder, 500 deaths. Out of 500, 100 people are from scheduled caste community. Can you imagine the plight of the voiceless people? So we need to understand the state intelligence has completely failed for the past 3 years. And the anti-social elements and the rowdy elements and the contract killers doesn't have any fear upon the government or the police or the chief minister. The DMK party, every day doesn't go without a murder in Tamil Nadu. There is no holiday for murder in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Right from the national state party president of a national party to common people, nobody is feeling safe.
Nobody is feeling safe.
Yes,
Mr. Harish, nobody is feeling safe, and possibly that argument will come the DMK's way, and that charge will be, hurled at the DMK, because you might say the police is doing a commendable job. The arrests are taking place almost immediately. The police is doing good investigation. They are cracking the modus operandi. They are coming up with the facts. But despite the arrest, despite the crackdown, there is no fear. Had there been fear, in the last 24 hours itself, 3 political murders wouldn't have taken place. And here we are talking about a worker of the Congress party itself. Why has this trend started? What is your assessment behind the reasoning of these kind of political murders that are taking place in the state?
Yeah, it's quite natural. I want to ask Mr. Satyan, who would have conveniently forgot that when his earlier government under Mr. Edapadi, former CM, that too with Jayalalitha ma'am's Kodanad estate murder has been happening in a dark daylight, and what he is going to answer to that. And Mr. Tirupati, who is spewing a venom and who is spewing a rubbish arguments in here as a layman, he is conveniently forgetting that the Arutra gold scam case is behind the Armstrong murder, and all the multidimensional arguments, the multidimensional investigation is making sure all the culprits are belonging to the BJP at large. What kind of rubbish argument both the DMK and the BJP persons are spewing here in the national level? And all these infighting and the conspiracy theories lead to all the culprits and criminals who have been joined by the State Secretary, Mr. Annamalai, which was not only said by the commoners. Even Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan have categorically argumented that Mr. Annamalai is joining each and every culprit into the party. This is not any layman's argument. This is their own functionary party leader have accused of your state president.
Serious allegations are coming in from Mr. Harish. I'd like Narayan Tirupati to take that to rebut. Mr. Tirupati, they are saying that BJP is filling in criminal elements, and this has been mentioned by your own party leaders in the state of Tamil Nadu. And these are criminal elements in your own party who have been given a free run, because of which this is happening. So you should look within before even pointing a finger at the DMK government in the state.
First of all, a person coming to this national channel, Times Now, and lying continuously and without any kind of proofs in his hand, he says so many things. And is it proved? And
Okay, so Mr. Tirupati, we've just lost that connection with him, but I'd also like AIADMK's Kovai Satyan to take that, to rebut Mr. Harish, because Mr. Kovai Satyan, the DMK and their supporters, they say that it is rowdy elements in the parties. Okay, I think Mr. Tirupati is back. Mr. Tirupati, we just lost your connection for a moment. Please go ahead.
Sagarika, I am asking only one straight question. Whoever be the murders, whatever be the cost, why the government is there? The government is not able to control the murders. This is what we are asking. When you don't have the capacity to control the murders, when you don't have the capacity to control the rowdy elements, antisocial elements, and these gangs which are doing it for money, why you are continuing in the chair? Just get out. Just resign and go. Well, whoever it is. See, the Congress party president from Tirunelveli, he was murdered 3 months back. And so, even today, it has not been found. I may be in BJP. But the murdered person was a Congress president in Tirunelveli district.
Dr. Patel, isn't this alarming? Isn't this alarming? Had this happened? Isn't this alarming? Because, the BJP is talking about the number of instances. You are talking about, okay, we've told our ally, but it's like gangs are on the, are on the loose, because we've also seen visual evidence of how people are running with sickles behind political workers and executing murders on the streets.
Yeah, it's definitely alarming, because such things are happening in the state and to be curtailed down, and unwanted or lawful element must not stay within the state. This has to act, and the government has to act.
But no loud protests are coming in from the top leadership of the Congress party when it comes to what's happening in the state of Tamil Nadu.
When it comes to protest, it is always when it is opposition. But when you are in a government, you have to act. You have to act. That act seen in the action of the government by the Chief Minister himself. And that is what you have seen. The arrest has been done. The committee, police has found the committee, and they are investigating and coming with the facts and facts what has happened. And that is why we are able to now that there is some personal revenge, or there is something that is coming into picture. And,
so personal rivalry aspect is one thing that police is finding in its investigation, and that's what both the DMK and the Congress have to say. In most of these cases, as per the DMK and the Congress, the element that was found in the investigation is that of personal rivalry. Mr. Satyan, personal rivalry is the reason why political workers, be it from the PMK, be it from the AIADMK, be it from the BJP, possibly even the Congress, personal rivalry is leading to all of this. Do you agree with what the Congress spokesperson is saying?
No, these are all knee-jerk reactions. Yeah, a Nellai functionary of Congress district secretary arrested. The person who is inquired now is close to the assembly speaker. Let them get the facts right first before coming to the debate. He is talking about Coroner. Our leader arrested the robbers. The person who bailed him out are DMK functionaries associated with the legal way. And they try to paint a picture for the last 3 years. It is because the biggest of our leader it is happening. They didn't have any clue to prove their point. They want to speak fake narrative.
And as we speak and as we report on the political murders and a worrisome trend that is emerging from the state of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Nikul Patel, I have to apologize because we have very little time. I have to apologize and I have to bring this breaking news to our viewers. It is Shivaganga MP, Karti Chidambaram, who's saying this in clear words, that what's happening in the state of Tamil Nadu is alarming. These political murders, they are alarming. But he's also gone on to mention that possibly there can be no political angle when it comes to what happened in Shivaganga. Apologize, gentlemen, for not being able to come to you in the last moment. I have to take a short break, but thank you so much for joining us. We're keeping our focus on that big story. Thank you for joining us on Times Now. Time for us to slip into a short commercial break.